only be doing 60 plus and teachers. 60 plus and teachers. Why? Because the pharmacies, it's not as easy for them to identify different types of workers, et cetera. They can identify age, because age you can identify by just the driver's license. And President Biden, rightfully so, has made teachers a priority. So pharmacies will do 60 plus, and teachers, we want to get those schools open. Every other site will be doing every other person who is eligible. Also on March 17th, next Wednesday, the public-facing public employees will also be eligible. Not-for-profit public-facing emergency employees and employees who are providing necessary services like the YWCA, they will also be available. Essential public workers will also be available. Public-facing building workers will also be available. These are the people who are the everyday heroes, who are out there doing their job. They're putting themselves in a possible position of exposure. They are essential for us to continue operating. They're going to become eligible on March 17th. Let's give them a round of applause. Last point is the distribution is working. It's going out. It's going out fast, not as fast as we would like, but as fast as the supply allows. It also has to be fair. It has to be fair. And we've talked about this from day one. COVID discriminates. COVID discriminates by race. They say the virus is race blind. Yes and no. It will infect anyone. But by circumstance, it infected blacks and Hispanics more than whites. Twice as many black people died from COVID as white people. Twice as many black people died from COVID as white people. Just think about that. 1.5 times as many Hispanic people died from COVID as white people. Just think about that. COVID discriminates. Black population had less access to health care. Hispanic population had less access to health care. Black Hispanic population had more comorbidities, more underlying conditions. That's why COVID preyed on blacks and Hispanics more than they did the white population. So when it comes to the vaccine, it is very important that we correct that injustice and we make sure that we have access to everyone. You take Central New York, 87% of the population is white. 94% of the people who receive the vaccine are white. 87% of the population, 94% of the vaccine. Black population, 11%, only 5% of the vaccine. Hispanic population, 4%, only 2% of those who have been vaccinated. Asian population, 3%, only 2% of those who have been vaccinated. So we need to increase the vaccination number for the Black, Hispanic, and Asian population. One of the reasons the pastors are here today is to say, look, we understand there's a hesitancy issue. I don't like the word hesitancy because it's a muddled word. There's a trust issue. Black community has less trust of the system. Oh, how can you say that? It's true. It's true. Tuskegee experiment, they have less trust of the system. Well, the Trump administration said it's safe. I don't believe the Trump administration, says the black community. By the way, I don't believe the Trump administration, says me, Andrew Cuomo. We had a New York State panel that also reviewed it. We've done 6 million dosages. It's worked. Top black professionals, medical professionals in the United States say take it. I've recommended it to my mother who has taken it. I'm going to recommend it to my daughters who have taken it. I am going to make an appointment. I am going to take it. The pastors who are here today are saying take it. There is no reason why anyone would be recommending this vaccine unless they believed it saved lives and has proof that it saves lives. We want to stop this virus. We have to stop the virus. You know how you win a war? You go out and you win the war. You go out and you defeat the enemy. The enemy doesn't defeat themselves. No war does the enemy defeat themselves. All the training that the National Guard receives, the Army receives. Nobody ever says, wait for the enemy to destroy themselves. Go out there and crush them. You know how you crush them? You crush them with this vaccine. But we have to take it. And then let's get back to work. Let's rebuild this economy. Let's rebuild this state. Let's get our lives back to normal. Let's get children back in school. Let's get paychecks back in homes. Let's get normal society functioning again. This vaccine is the ticket. We just have to make it happen. Thank you, and God bless you.
Well, before I start, I'm Anne-Marie Talercio.
So there we have Governor Andrew Cuomo giving us a bit of an update on what is going on in New York. And the big news is that they've dropped the age for eligibility for the vaccine to 60. And you know, it seems like when we were sort of dipping in, one of the things that he was explaining was that when it comes to pharmacies inoculating people, it's just a lot easier to check for age than it is to check for a specific profession, whether, you know, you're working in public transportation or a teacher. It's just a lot tougher to verify that, but age is pretty easy. So that's good news. It means they are slowly working their way through the system, but as you can imagine, there are still, you know, hiccups and hurdles. And he talked about making sure that people within minority communities that are particularly vulnerable to this vaccine, vulnerable to dying from the virus, not vulnerable to the vaccine, the virus, that, you know, there's still some hurdles in getting people in those communities to get access to the vaccine and to feel comfortable being inoculated. We pulled away before it got to a question and answer portion. I don't know if they're going to take question and answers, if the governor will be, but as you all know, he is facing criticism on two fronts. There's an investigation into his inappropriate behavior, alleged inappropriate behavior, and in some cases that includes sexual harassment. And there's also an investigation into how his administration took account for the number of people who died in nursing homes from the coronavirus. So he's certainly in the hot seat, Vlad.
That's right.